Exactly.
If there is anything men want from a woman, is for her to be sexually immoral.
Yes.
It benefits.
Benefits.
It benefits everyone.
Like the lead married guy, she's being financially better.
The feminism movement, if it wasn't supported by men, it wouldn't have really
gotten that. Yeah.
So men.
Do you think virginity or the concept of virginity in marriage is a social construct? Welcome to another episode of the Controverse Podcast. My name is Dr. Strange, and with me is a man who I wouldn't want to introduce, by the way.
I'm Prometheus, guys.
I never asked you to introduce yourself. Well, technically speaking, I never wanted to introduce you and introduce yourself. Yeah. So today we'll be discussing something very, very controversial, but I think it's important that we have that discussion based on how there's a decline in terms of morals in our society, and that is, should bride price be paid for only virgins rather than all ladies?
That's a hot topic.
Yeah.
The ladies are about to go after you in the comment section.
Well, my views represent my views, and how do politicians say those things? So what do you think about that?
Well, it's kind of a hot take, but here's the thing with this kind of opinion is that if you are to say this, let's say 100 years back, or even as soon as 50 years back,
okay,
it will be a no-brainer per se. Not everyone will agree, but the backlash shouldn't be as much as it will be currently. So I think it's a topic that it is a topic of time. It's a topic of time, and it ties into how much the society has changed.
Okay.
So the way the society was in the 80s or in the 19th century, the 20th century, is different from
civilization.
Exactly. So some will call it progress.
Okay.
I simply call it change, because not every change can be attributed to progress.
Progress, yes.
Or can be called
just because you are moving doesn't mean you are moving in the right direction.
Doesn't mean you are moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
So I think there is a lot of argument for both sides.
Okay.
But if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to agree with the take. I'm going to agree for the most part.
Wow. Why do you agree, by the way?
Because how do I put this? I'm trying to pick my words very carefully.
If you like, pick them dangerously. It's not me that will come after.
It's like this. They said, I generally am the one that is going to say it.
Yeah.
So when you kind of place a restriction or a rule of that nature, it tends to reduce the amount of immoralities that are going to be happening in the society. Even if people don't agree with it, they are going to be more conscious of it
Okay.
than they previously were.
Okay.
So let's say for instance, it's unlikely that something like that is ever going to happen. But let's say the Nigerian government came out with that law that this is a law. Like anyone that breaks the law, this is a punishment
for it. Okay.
Fine. People are going to go to Twitter. We know the normal Nigeria banter.
Yes,
everything is going to happen.
It's going to trend.
It's going to trend. People are going to insult the government. People are going to have their different opinions.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we are Nigerians. We adapt. If fuel moves to 1.5 per liter today, we are going to do the same. We are going to complain, and then we are going to go back.
Like we love our change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many people will still keep on going in the direction they were going previously, but then they are going to be more conscious of that rule.
Okay.
Meaning, if I'm trying to pick words.
No, say it.
Okay, so a lady that, let's say, is having 10 boyfriends or 10 spouses.
Yes.
Should I call them spouse? I don't
know. No, you can't use spouse, but you know, people she's affiliated with in terms of relation.
So she's likely going to read. Let's say we will see a 50% reduction, so let's say 5, which is not the ideal goal of the law or the rule, but it's at least
it's a step in progress.
It's progress. So that's what I think.
Okay, good. I'm going to tell you why I don't personally agree with one of the points, which is about reduction of immorality in society.
Yeah.
And the major reason why I don't agree with that is the conversation of virginity is gender biased.
Okay, I definitely agree.
You agree with that?
I agree on that.
Exactly. So
I've always been a firm believer in the fact that men and women are not the same, no matter what. And sorry to hurt your feelings, guys. No matter what you think,
yes,
the fact remains we are not the same.
The same, yeah. So it, and I would say it's more supportive to men and more like negative to women, which means it's 100%. The woman who has to, like, you understand, defend herself in the society that she's, you understand, a virgin compared to a man. And if we check the definition of a virgin, it's from the English. Now I'm not going to probably religious part, cultural part. I'm going to talk about something with regards to culture, by the way. But like, the meaning of a virgin is someone who has not engaged in any sexual act. You understand? And does not have any, sexual engagement. Therefore, if that is to be true, then it defeats the purpose of just a particular gender, male or female. You understand? Having to defend itself, for that particular motion and say, no, I'm a virgin. My own opinion is the reason why it's like that. I was having a discussion with a friend the other day, and I said, when people can't search the truth itself, they turn to culture for the truth.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, how has it been done? And how has it been done doesn't mean it's the best way for it
to
like
it's
work.
Just like a benchmark,
exactly,
or something to fall back on.
I saw this post one time where a guy said, culture is just peer pressure. I was like, wow. I was like, we could have a discussion on that. That's another episode. That's another episode. Yeah. But like, he posted something like that. So back to the conversation of how it's biased to one side and everything. So that's why I don't personally agree that because then men can decide to, still go ahead to do. I know. My gender were very good.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying, like, that law is not going to piss off the ladies as much as it's going to piss off the men. Because if there's anything men want from a woman, is for her to be sexually immoral.
Yes.
It benefits men.
they get gains from it better than the human.
The feminism movement, if it wasn't supported by men, it wouldn't have really gotten
that. Yeah.
So men want you
to and discussing on this culture, like people leaning into culture for the truth. There was this, another kind of topic, by the way. You understand? It's another topic, but I just want us to steer, stand off the conversation for a while and then get back into it. I remember I had this debate. You understand? It was an online crypto platform. So we're going to debate our views and then we get paid. You understand? In cryptocurrency. I just want to talk about the gender bias a bit. And the topic then was, should a lady marry a guy she's doing financially better than? And then I had thrown my own, views into, the debate. My opponent had thrown his own views also. It was supposed to be a 30 minutes debate, 20 minutes to chief speaker, 10 minutes to supporting. But on this fateful day, our supporting speakers didn't show up. So we had to go head to head, 30 minutes. And then after the debate, I won. That's what I do, basically.
Man is blazing himself right now.
Yeah. So I had 67% to the guy's 33%. And
man doubled.
we were back on the platform. Was it 67? I think that's 67-33. So we're back on the platform to understand, and people were congratulating me. And then the 30%, voters came into the group. They were insulting me. The guy himself called me a bastard.
I didn't.
One of the reasons
vote for myself.
One of the reasons why he lost, in my own opinion, one, he didn't have good points. Two was, during his debate, he was saying, it's a fucked up mentality to say a lady should marry a guy she's doing financially better than. He was using insultive words, you understand, or qualification words that should have not been used in a formal setting, and that dropped his ratings real bad. So I had to ask a question then because some of them said I'm a lazy fool. I should go when it's my time to get married. You understand? I should marry a lady that she's doing like financially better than me. And I was like, I don't think I have a problem with that. By the way,
nah, I just debated for that.
Yeah. I won't debate for it if I don't believe in it. So then I asked them a question because I wanted to understand where they got that mentality from. So it's like, why did you feel, you understand, a lady should not marry, you understand, a guy she's doing financially better than? And the guy replied me. He said, because according to our culture and traditions, a guy should be the provider. And I said, no, you're getting it wrong here. The question is not about who provides for the family. It's about financially better than. Because you're doing financially better than me doesn't mean that you have to be the one providing. Yes, you can support major things in the family. That's not a problem. But that's not the conversation we're having, by the way.
Yeah.
The conversation is about being financially better than. I can earn $2 million and you are earning 1.5. You understand? I'm doing financially better than you. And it's not even about the ends again. How she's able to like go about investments and everything. We are seeing what is happening with like Dr. Okonjo-Iweala and our spouse. Our spouse is a neurosurgeon. She's the Director General of WTO, that's World Trade Organization, if I'm correct. So she's obviously doing financial better than. She understands it. It's not close. She understands, finances. So like that was one of my major points. And the guy he didn't have it, you understand, because he was just sticking to according to the culture, according to the tradition. And I'm like, when did culture become the truth itself?
Yeah, I've always said this, but I think I posted something on that a while back, and then someone came into my DMs. It was like, bro, like I agree with this your take. What I posted was, it's okay to quote someone or to quote an existing belief, but when that existing belief becomes the whole basis for your argument, I don't feel the need to discuss with you.
Exactly.
So you basing all of your points, all of your
on the logic of another person.
Yeah, on the logic of another person.
Yeah.
So the logic, not just the logic of another person, the logic of another person from a different time.
Exactly.
So it's not really a good way to debate. So I'm going to say this on the matter at hand too. When you are talking about should bride price
limited to only virgins at time.
I feel it's the one of the main thing I'm going to concede is it's very unfair. Like you can't begin to comprehend the level at which it becomes very unfair, because there is no real way to prove. They have heard that there are ways that know if a lady is a virgin or not. But there's no real way to know if a guy is or not. Like there just isn't any way to know.
I feel like smiling right now, but like
there just isn't any real way to know. And then if I know one thing about our guys is guys can pretend.
Man,
like they can pretend. So there is no real way you are going to know.
I was about to say, have you met someone, but like, that would be me, but like, don't worry.
Well, so there isn't any real way to like make it a fair rule, or make it even the playing field. There isn't any real way as far as we know. So I believe it's a rule that I can definitely see a discussion on it happening.
Yes.
But then it's not something I would want to support. Because of how unfair.
I'd love to wrap up.
Yeah.
Like us wrap up this question, which is, do you think virginity or the concept of virginity for marriage is a social construct?
That's a good one. It's definitely a social construct, because every how do I put this?
Every concept.
Every idea of that nature has to stem from somewhere.
Yes.
Somebody or a group of people somewhere sat down and just had a discussion and came to a conclusion that let's do this. And somehow it was adopted across different cultures.
Yes.
And that's how it started spreading.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a social construct.
The reason I asked that question was, it's kind of an hot take on Twitter right now. People are like, this, and one of the things I see is one of the hardest people, or one of the worst people to argue with, are people who like it's a religion kind of like mentality. They're not trying to like be open-minded and say, okay, let's look at this on a plain basis. You understand? Open-minded. You should remember this when we were both students then. We are graduates now, by the way. So if you are students watching this, please read your books. And we're fielding a candidate then for was the presidency, and then somebody had brought out the conversation of it doesn't like the idea that we're fielding a female candidate.
The classic argument. I definitely remember.
And it was like we're fielding a female candidate, and he would prefer if it was a male candidate.
Not be
exactly.
And stuff,
and then he during when we had the conversation with him in form of an argument, that was when we found out that he was leaning more into religion.
Yeah.
And then we asked him the question of, okay, in your religion, do you have basis for women leading before? And he was like, no, never. A man has never led a war, which we proved him wrong.
And then
by the way.
Crushed him by
the way. Like, I told you what we do is win. I told you what we do is win. So like we brought like Queen Amina of Zarios as well. You understand into the conversation. We brought, I think, the Prophet's wife.
Yeah, during the battle of, was it Uhud? Yeah. No, I think it was the battle of Badr. I've forgotten the exact.
So like we brought that against them, and then at some point he realized. Just been fooling, showing his fooling ability about. So I'm also going to leave that question to. I want to hear your views. We're going to pull up polls, our feedback mechanisms.
By the way, I just want to make it. That was the topic we were arguing then was. Should ladies go to war?
Okay, yes.
For clarification. And then the conclusion was that it's not ideal for ladies to go to war. But there are instances where they have gone to war.
Exactly. And that they showed leadership abilities in those wars.
So, just for clarification.
So, we've come to the end of this session. We're really going to trust that this conversation was interesting, and therefore you can give your take on it. We're going to be looking forward to you subscribing to that button, and we're also going to be looking for you. I'm saying a lot of looking for you. They shouldn't be kind of we're going to be expecting you. Yeah, we're going to be expecting you to also follow us on every social media platform, so you could get more reasonable conversations around social constructs in our society and the different perspectives and views that we can have on it. So see you next time. We're recording live from the Love Entertainment Studio. In case you're a person who is into music and therefore wants to record or music production, basically. See you next time. Same YouTube channel and same social media platforms. Thank you and God bless.